Strangely enough, this is actually on his phone.
Hello?
Hello, Joe.
You alright, matey? Sorry, I went down to make a cheese sandwich. I'm ravenous, though. I really am. How are you doing, Taryn?
I'm very good, Joe. How are you?
I'm alright, thank you. I've had 2 pub dinners.
2 pub dinners, and there you are. Still going
I
strong.
had like I said, I had a chicken and bacon sandwich meal, didn't I, with a big sourdough. And then it's only a 4-ounce steak, though. That's the problem. It's only small.
Then you had steak and chips.
Well, that's what I mean.
2 hours later.
Well, because I wanted to make sure I was sober for this podcast. So
That's good. It's a good sign.
yeah, well, that's what the cheese sandwich is for.
I tell you, we start at 7:30, and at 7:30 you decide to make yourself a cheese sandwich. Good work, Joe.
Well, I was on Zoom. I just didn't know if we were going to be starting the podcast. It's not live, is it? Or is it?
No, it's not a live stream.
Oh, right, okay.
You can imagine if it was a live stream.
You'd be out.
I know. Honestly, I'd be getting the sack, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
I suppose. We're recording now, aren't we?
Yeah, I've been recording all of this.
You never know what gems will come up.
You never know. Honestly, sorry, mate. I will be up in a minute. I just. How long's the cheese sandwich got to? Oh my goodness, it's smoking. Oh, that looks nice. Oh.
Drizzle this on?
Yes, please. Thank you. Oh, very artistic, that one.
Dorping.
Yeah, that looks nice. Thank you. I'm interested to hear your pork recipe, Taryn.
My pork recipe. I'm not going to do a pork recipe.
Because you did a crispy crackling pork, didn't you?
That's true. It was bloody good. I'm not going to lie. I'm pretty talented when it comes to salting a pig.
Thank you ever so much, Sue. I should be upstairs now. All right, thank you ever so much. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, Sue.
Oh, Taryn says bye or hi, one of the two. We're here, okay.
I'm not gonna lie. After all the podcasts I've done so far, this has got to be the most unusual start to it. Well, of course it is. I'm with you.
Oh, I'm out of breath now. Fucking hell. Right. Okay. Hello.
Hello, Joe.
I'm ready. I'm not gonna dive into that yet. Hello, mate. You're all right. Is the lighting okay? Can you see me all right in here? Because I'm just in the guest room. So I'm at my dad's at the moment in Nottingham. So I'm in his room, and the light's a bit rubbish. Let's put this on. Oh,
there you go. Hey, professional.
Yeah,
I've got some just went really high here.
Look at that. I'm out of breath. I'm not joking.
You ran up one flight of stairs.
That was the stairs. This is so bad. I'm really a really unfit person. Clinically
unfit.
Like, I am just the epitome of just. I don't even know what the word is. You know, I was going to say something horrible then, but even then, it's just I'm unfit. You know, and that's probably going to be a theme throughout the show. Is just how unfit I am. I didn't even do your press-up challenge.
Oh yeah, I remember I put you up for that press-up challenge, didn't I?
Yeah, I was actually really happy that you I was like, oh, thanks, Taryn. I'm not going to do it though.
Yeah,
you know.
Okay. I knew you were never going to do the press-up challenge. To be fair, I stopped doing it after like day 10.
Well, I'll tell you what, Taryn. I did it in private, and I got to about 3.
Oh, good work.
I got to about 3, and I thought, you know what, because I used to be able to be okay at press-ups, and I was never good at them, but at least I could do them. But you know, not now, like not during lockdown.
Thing is, you have no body weight anyway to lift, so press-ups should be fine for you.
Well, you'd think that, wouldn't you? That's saying something. Well, I'm 12 stone, so 12 it's lifted 12 stone.
No, it's like there's this girl at my work, and she weighs 8 stone, and I weigh 2 of her.
8 stone?
8 stone, and I weigh 2 of her, basically. I'm 16 stone. So I said, you could cut me in half, and there's her.
That's all right, isn't it? 8 stone? Like imagine you could be a ballerina or something, couldn't you, at 8 stone?
The thing is, I was 8 stone when I was like 8. And She's like 26.
I was 8 stone when I was about 14.
Yeah, but you're tall though, aren't you? Actually, no, that doesn't make
Yeah.
sense. You're 14. You should be heavier than 8 stone.
I should be heavier than 12.
That's true.
You know what I
actually.
mean? I'm 6'4", mate. You know, I should be a
6'4",
lot
weighing
heavier
12
than I am.
stone.
But yeah, it's not. I weigh the same as bloody Nate Diaz or something.
You're comparing yourself to Nate Diaz now.
Yeah.
Same weight class as Nate Diaz.
I'm in the same league essentially, is what that means.
Exactly.
I'm in the same ballpark.
Goes without saying. Have you watched any of the UFC that's been done like lockdown wise?
What, Love Island / Fight Island? You know,
Basically, yeah.
Yeah, no, I've not. I've not even watched the new Masvidal fight versus Usman. Did he win? Usman won, didn't he?
Usman won, but it was
yeah.
Masvidal gave himself a good showing though.
I did watch that. The what? Sorry.
Masvidal gave himself a good showing though. He wasn't like he didn't get battered by him. He still did good.
He was. Oh, of course, yeah. Absolutely amazing athlete, amazing talent. But Usman's just something else. I mean, the problem is that Usman obviously he's a grappler, and it's so difficult as a striker to you're basically pitting the two polar opposites against each other.
But you know how it always happens like that though, doesn't it? Where you got the grappler and the striker. The grappler always seems to, once it gets to the ground, it's game over.
100%. Well, that's his world, isn't it? You know, but Usman didn't even take it to the ground a lot. You know, he was able to just squeeze the living against the cage. He was able to pressure up with the elbow. Sorry, the shoulder strikes. It's just absolutely top performance. And you know, you cannot come against that and come out on top. You just can't. The only way he was ever going to win that was if he was somehow able to keep the fight in exactly where he wants it to be. But it was never going to happen because you know how
like
easy
Usman,
it is.
You're not going to get that. Like Usman's a bit like. He reminds me in a way of GSP, you know, George St. Pierre. He reminds me a bit like him in a way, where it's very hard to not fight his fight. And Usman, he will make it very difficult for you not to do that.
I think the only way you would ever sort of come against that is this: you'd almost have to be timid. You know, you have to, you know, because here's what I've always found fascinating is grapplers and strikers is that it. And what I think is quite representative in the martial arts community is that, you know, grappling, you know, it's got a huge skill cap, right? There's a huge ceiling for it. Whereas striking, obviously, there's always room to be an elite striker.
Oh, yeah.
But more people can get into striking more easily than you can grappling. And, you know, so Usman is able to strike with Masvidal. You know, because at the end of the day, he's a competent male human. You know, he's able to, maybe obviously not necessarily be on the same level as Masvidal, but he's able to keep up with Masvidal.
You can have a standing up fight with him.
Yeah, a little bit like Khabib and McGregor. You know, Khabib was more than easily, but because he's so dominant in the grappling, in the clinch, and on the ground, you know, it's almost like Masvidal has. You know, he has an advantage of standing up, but he only has an advantage. Whereas when Usman has it on the ground, it's just not fair.
And it's not like it's not like Masvidal has no ground game. It's just that.
No, of course not.
It's not like he's just useless at it. It's just that Usman's is just so good that it nullifies it completely.
Yeah, it's like Masvidal and Usman are sort of semi. Masvidal's obviously better standing up, but Usman's just better than Masvidal is on the ground, and there's just no way he wasn't going to take you to the ground. It's so hard to defend takedowns when you're on a similar skill level. You have to be above that person. You have to be much better.
I'm shit at. Oh, hello. I've just messed around with my webcam.
Goodness.
Oh, hello. What's going on here? My webcam.
That looks like the Black Ops sort of the Black Ops bloke.
That's a strange. I'm keeping that in. Actually, that's quite weird. That one.
That's good.
You know why my webcam does that? Oh God!
Why does it do that?
Playing up here. It's because my rabbit chewed through it.
Your rat?
My rabbit.
Are you a rabbit?
Yeah, my rabbit. He chewed through the wire, and that's why it's actually meant to be a full HD webcam I've got, but it doesn't look full HD anymore because he chewed through it because he chewed through it and had to rewire it, and now it's just shit. And laptop webcams are crap, anyways. So
They are, yeah. They're not very good, are they? The little ones. They're only used for
just tiny little
spying.
things. Yeah, just good for spying on the ladies, you know.
They're like the little toilet cams. Oh my goodness! I put hot sauce on this cheese sandwich, and it's burning my mouth. I don't want to be.
I don't know many people who do that. I actually do that. I put that on a cheese sandwich. It's not bad.
It's the anaconda one. You know, the anaconda.
I think I know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know where it's from. It was from most supermarkets, but I don't know where it's from country-wise, but it's amazing. I love hot sauce. I love spice.
Yeah. I sometimes put Tabasco on my cheese sandwich.
Yeah, that was my actual go-to thing, but we didn't have any Tabasco at my dad's. Yeah. Well, so we went for the hot sauce.
Tabasco on a pizza always goes well.
Oh, chili oil. Chili oil.
Can't go wrong with a bit of chili oil.
Yeah. There's an amazing pizzeria that I go to called Pete's Pizzeria sometimes, and they do an amazing chili oil. And you just it's in the the stone ovens. If Brian was here, he'd be ejaculating right now because he used to work in the pizzeria. But it's one of those stone baked ovens, and they cook it in that, and they give you like a whole fresh bottle of just chili oil, and you're like, oh my god! Yeah. It's just like, honestly, it's better than most relationships I've had. Like, seriously, it's amazing.
I can imagine so.
It's amazing. You need to try. Me and you have got a bloody pizza date. It's amazing.
Definitely. We'll do a little pizza date and we'll have a nice little chili pizza and see how it goes. How have you kept yourself busy? How have you kept yourself busy during this lockdown process? Have you done, what funny things you done, Mr. Comedian?
Well, I have been writing material. I mean, not as much as some people. As I failed my second year of uni recently.
Really?
Yeah, so I'm actually redoing my modules this month. So, oh my god, someone keeps on commenting on my shit on Facebook. Fuck off. Oh, excuse me. But,
you can swear on the podcast. So, I don't give a shit.
I know. It's
not PG.
It's coming through.
That's right. You know what? Terrible. All the other podcasts I've had, people have had laptops. It's the first one I've had where someone's used their phone. So I was just wondering how this is going to work out.
Well, I've been doing Cole's. You've done Cole's as well. You've done his quiz, haven't you? And it's just,
so, yeah.
And I've been doing that on my phone because I've not got a laptop, especially not one that would have a good camera on it.
Yeah.
But so I've been using my phone. And not only, this is the first time I think I've had good Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Like, for starters, but also just the fact that the phones are optimized differently. I swear, there's something different about the phones, and they just don't work as well as laptops are. And there's so many more complications. But mainly, it's the notification. If I get a text, if someone tries to call me as well, oh, that's not going to be fun. If someone tries to ring me during this, right, I'm just going to cut out.
We'll see how it goes. The one thing I do like about the phones, though, is that you actually get a better picture. Like, your picture now is a lot clearer than mine.
Oh, really? You think?
Yeah. I mean, I can see every crevice in your face right now.
Oh no, HD! You can see my acne scars and things like that. That's something, actually. Acne scars. I thought usually I forget about them, but they're there.
It's all right. You know what I've got here? Like, I don't know if you can see it on my shitty camera. Well, no, you can't see it. But basically, I'm
showing me your muscles.
Well, it looks like a giant muscle, but what it is the other day.
It's actually a growth.
It is. I went for a walk down Watermead Park, right. And I got bit by something, and I thought, okay, usually it'd be a little spot, it'll be dealt with. Yesterday, it was like the size of a golf ball on my arm. But I didn't mind it because it looked like I had a killer tricep. So I was like, yes. I was like, that's all right. But now, today, I was training earlier and I was hitting the bag and it really fucking hurt. I was trying to punch it and I was like, oh my God, I've never felt pain in an arm like that.
On the bite?
Yeah, on the bite itself.
Yeah. Do you reckon it hit maybe a nerve or something? I don't know. Is that something that could have happened?
I don't know. I think it might hit like the muscle tissue or something. That's why it bulged out so much. I don't know what it is.
That little bastard. Honestly, if we find that fly,
I'm gonna fuck him up.
Gonna put him in a jar
Exactly.
and never let him out.
But that's not the first. I had another issue at Watermead Park a couple of days before that. Was Watermead?
Stop going there.
I know, you'd think that, wouldn't you? Because I didn't know. I didn't realize public parks, they close at certain times.
Do they? I always thought you could just go there at 3 in the morning.
I thought I'd just willy-nilly walk around, you know. But I drove my car to the public car park there, and the car park closes at 9 o'clock. Now, I didn't get into my car to leave the park until about 9:45. And
right.
So I drove up to the front, and the gate was closed.
Oh God, yeah.
And it was me and 3 other cars had made this stupid ass mistake. And then I called up
dogging.
the park. Basically, it was dogging gone wrong. That's what it was.
Yeah, I could imagine you'd be locked in.
Yeah, locked. I thought, oh, while we're here, we might as well dog. You know, I was trapped. But
when in Rome.
Yeah. But I called up the park to say, could you send someone to come let us out? I'm like, I know, I understand, it's meant to be closed. I'm going to be out of it by 9 o'clock, but could you come help us out? And the guy goes, it was some Indian guy. He goes, I'll send a guy. And I go, do you know when he's going to get? He goes, I don't know. It's your job to know. And I'm like,
how should I know?
How should I know? And I thought, okay. Then in half an hour, no one was there. And I thought, okay, let me give the guy a call, just see if there's any sign. I called him back, and he goes, you don't have to keep calling me and pestering me. You know, if it comes, it comes. I'm like, what kind of customer service is this?
I don't have to, but I'm certainly going to now. You cunt, honestly.
Yeah. And
like,
then,
if you think I'm going to wait here, imprisoned in a park,
exactly.
You think I'm not going to keep on ringing you? Like, excuse me, can I get out here, please?
Yeah, I have a home to get to.
No.
And then an hour later, the guy still hadn't turned up. So I've been waiting for an hour and a half by this point. And then I called the guy again, and I said, okay, do you know where the guy is? I know you asked me not to call you back, but do you have any idea? And the guy just hung up on me. So I'm putting it here.
Bastard!
I know, what a bastard! So I was going to send him an email, but I thought I'd put it on the podcast as well. The customer service at Leicester Watermead Park. I called them on, what day was it? Friday at 9:30. Prick, putting in a complaint there.
Yeah. Just name and shame him. What was his name?
I didn't get his name though. If I got his name, I'd have really named and shamed him. But there you go.
I really want a picture and everything.
But then around about midnight, the guy did turn up, and I thought, okay, I'll be
midnight.
Nice. Yeah, midnight. I was there from 10 o'clock till midnight.
That's ridiculous.
2 hours I had to wait to get out.
I mean, the moral of the story, I suppose, is read the fucking signs, Taryn. But still, I mean,
I could have avoided this whole issue, but I was there.
I was imprisoned in a place I wasn't meant to be.
Oh no, the victim. And then I popped my head out to say thank you to the guy who unlocked it, and he wasn't having any of it. He just looked at me like, fucking get out of here. So obviously he was at home and got called to come out and do this.
I mean, he was probably making love to his wife.
He was probably giving her some sweet loving, and then he gets told some knobheads.
Excuse me, some hooligans have been trapped in the park. Despite the amount of signs we put up, they've still managed to get themselves trapped like carrots. That's a Simpsons reference.
Very nice.
But they've managed to get themselves trapped despite the red lettering saying "fuck off" before 9 o'clock, or we will trap you.
Get the fuck out of here! But no, they still managed to stay here till after 9.
Still there.
Still there. But then the other day when I got bitten at Watermead Park, I need to stop going there, actually. I've had a bad experience the past few days.
I was going to say, it's not good luck, is it?
I parked in the residential area this time because I thought, I'm not going to make that same mistake twice.
Mm.
What the hell happened to you? You could eat a little bit. I love this podcast is going out and you're still like, yeah, I'm going to eat like a tramp. Who gives a fuck?
I'm going to choke.
The thing is, though, this is going on Spotify as well, so some people are going to be listening to this going, what the fuck?
There should be some good ASMR, wouldn't it? Like, someone really hates chewing as well.
Oh, yeah, you know what?
Because people have that phobia, don't they? They hate when people chew.
I'm not.
I'm not either, but I mean, I'm not the one in the.
It's weird. It's weird though. So when it's on a screen, like you doing it there, not got an issue with it. But if you were sitting here now chewing really loud, I'd be like, shut the fuck up. I will put you.
Well, I wouldn't do it if someone was there, but because the illusion of sort of privacy, is behind the camera. It feels like I can get away with stuff, but I really shouldn't be. But I suppose the decibels of me actually going,
the decibels.
It's not quite as piercing when it's muffled through the veil of cybernetic energy or whatever. But
I might get this water now into this mic. Doesn't that sound lovely?
No, I don't mind. I mean, to be honest, the thing for me, I don't mind whispering's the worst. I fucking hate whispering, unless it's a sexy thing,
Oh yeah, nothing wrong with
sexy
the
whispering.
whisper.
That's fine. But like when a teacher would come up to you or whatever, or your stepdad or whatever would come whispering, you go, "How are you?" You go, "Fuck off." It feels more
sinister of anything.
You fucking dirty bastard. You know what I mean? Oh, don't like it. Have you been a bad girl? Fuck off. You know what I mean? It's like he's inside of me without being inside of me. You know what I mean? It's just really difficult to get out.
Or get in.
It's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. Actually, thinking about it now, I've got some sort of PTSD now because even sometimes when my girlfriend whispers to me, if she even when she wants to do it, if you're not going to turn it into something else, just say it loudly. I don't want to hear about it. I don't.
Oh, God, I forgot to put my phone on silent.
Oh right, yeah. I suppose you're on a laptop, aren't you?
There's me being unprofessional.
Well, I think we've sort of.
Oh, mate, professionalism's gone out the window on this.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I'm really bad. Every time I'm not professional at something, I'm actually really critical of myself. Like after this podcast, I'm going, "You fucking idiot! You were eating. You were late to the podcast. All you spoke about was getting your fucking stepdad to whisper in your ear. You're a disgrace, Joseph. You're a disgrace. You're not funny, and you should be off the telly." or whatever this is. Off the telly. You don't deserve to have Tara and Shelley's airtime. Fuck off. And that's how I think.
Well, I wouldn't say being on Total Obvious Comedy is hitting the big time, but it's...
Well, I think it is. I think I'm very happy to be on.
Well, this is the pinnacle right here. Yeah, well, I like to think so. Actually, yes.
Well, you've got aim high, haven't you? I mean, you're a published author. That makes you automatically famous.
That's true.
To a certain degree. I mean, some people might know you. Yeah,
the readership I have.
I mean, that's still a good achievement. That's an amazing achievement.
Well, very much.
Obviously, I can't read, so I wouldn't be able to
can't comment on that.
I can't really tell you whether it was worth it or not, but it was. I'm sure it was a good book.
Well, enough about me, Joe.
Well, why do you think I failed my second year? I'm doing a creative writing degree and I failed it. Do you know creative writing is listed as one of the easiest degrees to pass as well? And
you failed it?
I failed it. Yeah. I think I maybe me and the guy who had whose second language is English probably failed it.
Well, where do you think you went wrong?
Well, I know if we're going to be technical, it's not as funny really. I mean, I just didn't do some of the modules. I mean, I forgot. I didn't even know they were there.
Well, that's not going to help straight away.
Yeah, I mean, it sounds funnier if I'm just stupid, but it's not. The problem is that I actually did quite well in the ones I did remember to do. It's just some modules were I don't know. They're hidden in lots of different text files, and I didn't know they were meant to be there. So I have to actually do the modules I didn't do in order to pass the year. But it just sounds funny if I'm stupid.
Well, just resit them and you'll be fine.
Well, that's what I'm doing at the moment. I mean, I've got just slightly over a month to maybe just a month exactly now to basically get them done.
And
but
what
I've
did
not that much to do.
And to fulfill that time, you jumped on this podcast. I like how you think, John.
Yeah. Honestly, if you
should have been
revising.
revising.
If you thought I was bad at procrastinating then, you should. This is me now. Like, if you don't pass it, you know, you'll still have to pay back your student loan, but you'll just have to do fucking nothing. And my response was, I wonder what Taryn's doing.
I wonder.
got a fucking chili seed stuck in my throat. But no, I mean, I this is, if anything, this is helping my career, isn't it, Sarah?
That's it. Will you be making your triumphant return to comedy?
Oh God, yeah.
Yes.
The problem is that I had a nice couple of gigs lined up.
Yeah.
Before COVID, but the problem is obviously, you know, you just.
I know it sucks, doesn't it? Yeah, because like I said, I had some gigs lined up in London, and I know, big time Swish Southerners, and don't mind if I do. But because of a lockdown, all them went. Literally, I was just so distracted. It is proper ASMR, isn't it?
Do you want to see the contents of my mouth?
Oh, lovely. What was I saying? Yeah, but
Sorry,
then
but
then lockdown, because I was getting like every day would be another message, another email saying this gig's been cancelled, this one's been cancelled, this one's been cancelled. And we're like, oh my God, there's nothing. There's literally nothing now.
It's horrible, isn't it?
But the good thing is the gigs are starting to come back up again now.
Yeah, I mean,
it's going to be weird. A lot of them are doing like I know the Bush, because I'm going to be at the Bush in a couple of weeks.
Are you? Are you going to the Bush Fest?
Yes. I thought, start back in comedy. Let's go to the hardest place to perform.
It's a nice place to perform.
I loved it at the Bush, to be fair. It's but those people,
good, wasn't it?
It's good, but it's like I think any comedian has to do the Bush at least once.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really help that I sort of brought my family with me. I mean,
what the hell did you?
Well, yeah, I mean, it was nice, but to be honest, they're actually not massive fans of comedy. If anything, it probably didn't help because obviously my act, I can be quite rude sometimes.
Yeah.
And these people that, obviously they're all adults, you know, they're all in their 40s, you know, they're all obviously, I'm sure they've heard the C word before. You know, I'm sure they've heard rude things, but to talk about, you know, me having gonorrhea and also, you know, putting my mum in a wheelchair through sexual intercourse, it's difficult for them to look me in the eye after that. You know, it's difficult for them to go, yeah, that's my stepson. You know, he's technically part of my family. You know, so I mean, I love them. They're really, really nice people, but it is difficult for me to say these things and them go.
I just love it that you wore a suit.
Yeah, I did. Oh,
you wore a suit to the Bush, and it's like,
yeah, well, I had a wedding before. Like, I had a wedding in about a month's time.
So why were you wearing the suit at a gig?
I wanted to make sure it fit. You know, I wanted to make sure it was all right.
So you thought a comedy gig, this is the way to find out if this suit works. I suppose, yeah.
Well, Jimmy Carr wears one. Why can't I?
Yeah, fuck that.
I got there and I made a little joke, and I because everyone it was a bit of some people said it was a bit of a dive bar, and I mean I loved it, but it was a bit of a dive bar.
So the thing is, it's got its charm to it. I think that's what it is. It's like it's.
No, I completely agree. Yeah.
I mean, I think it's a massive.
It's more ironic, really, if anything.
It is. A lot of it's ironic. That's what it's a comedy bar. That's what it is. It's like. I swear the TV in the corner was like, that was probably there from 1990 something. I was like, I bet they've never taken that down. And it's like, it was Chris Oxley who was hosting it. He was emceeing it, and he said the Christmas decorations have been there for God knows how many years. And it was
Oh, I
on Christmas.
know.
When did we do the bush? Was it?
God,
Was it?
I'd have to talk to my
was
secretary
February,
about that one.
To your secretary. But,
Any female in my life.
any female in your life.
People think that's
ask you
sexist, but
I would ask if you wanted
not.
to. I would ask if you wanted to come along with me, but you do have your resits to do. So,
Well,
because one of
I
us has to be
wouldn't mind it.
responsible around here, Joseph.
I mean, is it going to be? Are there only going to be 6 households there, Sharon? Though.
Wow.
This is why Britain are dying. Because we go 6 households. What a prick! Of course, it's fucking not going to be. Mate. We're all going to be sniffing lines off each other's cock.
You heard Blackburn's
I
down
just
next.
fucking dribbled. The what? Sorry.
Blackburn's been fucked now.
The blackbird.
No, Blackburn, not the Blackbird.
Oh, sorry, there's a blackbird's been fucked. Blackburn. Oh, are they on a localised lockdown or something?
Yeah, they've got done down as well. Because apparently they're worse than Leicester.
Fuck off.
I know. I didn't know if that was possible.
That's our title.
I know. We're the ones who messed up social distancing, not them.
I was going to say, we weren't known for much, but, you know, being the first place to get lockdown was a pretty good achievement, wasn't it?
I know. I think they should build a statue to that. How to fuck up lockdown, Leicester.
You mean the statue? The first person to get COVID in Leicester should be commemorated. Is that it? What's the word? Oh my goodness!
What?
Me.
What are you trying to say?
Something honorated. Consonorated? Is that the word?
I can see where this creative writing course went.
Well, you can see why I failed it now.
I can see where it all happened now.
I think consonorated is the word.
Consonorated?
I'm sure that is the word I'm talking about. It's when is it vilify? Oh my gosh, I'm really, vocabulary used to be my strong suit, but it really isn't anymore. It's when you put someone on a pedestal and you make a statue of them, you know, and you worship them.
Oh,
in a sense.
like immortalized.
You just honour them. Yeah, whatever. We like them. That's what
we
we'll
like
say.
them, so we build them a statue.
That's right, yeah. So, I mean, if you put a statue up of the first person to have got COVID in Leicester, that would be sort of, unfortunately, that would actually be seen as a good thing nowadays, possibly. Depending on where you are in Leicester. But
local hero, local celebrity.
Yeah, fucking badge of honour. It's like Asbo's.
Asbo's.
I've got an Asbo.
I've got Asbo.
So have I. Oh, I've got a better one. It's like Pokemon cards, isn't it?
My Asbo's bigger than your Asbo.
I got an Asbo for sexual assault. Oh, I've only got the normal assault one. How'd you get the sexual assault one? Well, mate, you've got to go out and fucking batter some girl, didn't you, whilst fingering it? Oh, right, I'll go do that one. I want the shiny one. You know, that's essentially what it is. It's terrible, isn't it?
You know what I was thinking about the other day? You know that during the Leicester Comedy Festival, when we went to that...
the period one.
I was trying to think of a nice way to say it, but yeah, the period one.
Well, that's what it was. It was the period.
I just can't believe how you roped me into that. It was just...
I just wanted someone to go with, Tara, and I thought, I can't believe I actually went with you, is what you're saying there. I can't believe I was seen in public with you.
Could let down the lads, you know, and go there, you know.
lads on tour, period comedy.
It was strange how, like, because the day before we were handing out flyers to this period comedy, and then we were there. Do you remember the dance we had to do?
Yeah. Well, we had to put our money where our mouth is, you know. And hopefully not literally, because obviously, you know,
cheeky.
Blood from vagina and whatnot. But yeah, we had to like, you know, at least go. It wouldn't be like, oh, we're gonna hand out flyers to a show that we don't want to fucking go to. You know, you wouldn't say, oh, go to this so I don't have to. You know, or you should go to this. I wouldn't be seen dead, but you might. You know, it just wouldn't happen, would it?
No, it's not the best selling tactic, is it?
No, and plus it said comedy on it.
Yeah, it said comedy. Some of it was funny. Who was it? Who was the comedian?
No, I actually really enjoyed myself.
You know what? It was actually a bit of a laugh. The jokes weren't, but the actual concept itself, what we were doing, was actually a bit of a laugh.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we got to look at Conga, didn't we? I don't remember the dance she got us to do.
Yes,
Something
it was
about
something
throwing
like
tampons away.
open flow, heavy flow. I don't know what it was, but it was just it was.
Something, yeah.
But you know that
Unfortunately, my memory's a bit trash, but
you know how we
no,
got
I
you know how we got a goodie bag afterwards at the end.
yeah.
Well, my missus, she ended up being on her time of the month, and then and then I
I'm
was
sorry
like,
to hear that.
I know, it happens to the best of us. And then I was in the kitchen, and then I thought, let me go grab something from my room. Where's my room? And my room was a mess, and I was like, what's happened in here? And my missus like had been in my room, like looking through all my drawers and everything. I was like, what are you doing? And she goes, I'm on my period. I'm like, so what are you doing in my room? She goes, oh, you went to that show, so I thought you might have some with you. And I was like, they don't just hand out tampons and stuff. Now I've got a whole collection of them.
I was going to say, Tara, you came from that thinking, I want a period. I want a period. and you just start collecting tampons. But that'd be all right, wouldn't it? We did get some things, though, didn't we? We got some sort of souvenirs.
We got a bag. Well, no, it was like a sanitary bag, wasn't it? And we
a sanitary bag.
Was it a sanitary bag? I forget the name of it. And then we got like these little badges.
We got something. We got something for the old vagina. I think I tried to give someone mine in McDonald's after. But I don't remember what I tried to give away. I thought
that's it. Yeah, it was. I mean, I'm kind of glad we went though. It was interesting to say the least. It was very interesting.
Yeah.
No, because I went to work the next day and they said, "Oh, so what did you do last night, Town?" I went, "Well, have I got a tale for you?"
What did you do your Saturday night?
And you know, like the whole premise was that women shouldn't be, and men as well, men and women shouldn't be embarrassed by periods.
Yeah.
And I said to some girls at work, I said, so I know what you girls go. I don't personally know, but I understand what you girls go through when it comes to periods. And they went, okay, we don't want to talk about it. And I went, that's not the attitude. It's all about talking about it now. Don't be shy. Don't be ashamed.
Discuss your intimate period dramas with me.
Tell me more.
I want to know, how much do you bleed, Mrs.? Mrs., how much do you bleed? Tell me how much you bleed.
I will sit here while you explain.
Explain to me, what are you a heavy flow?
I want all the details.
He sounded like King Julian then.
So weird. I've never had that comparison before.
King Julian, that's me. I'm a professional whistler. I'm pretty amazing at it. It's very good. That's a TikTok thing now, isn't it?
TikTok.
You a TikTok man? No, God no.
You're that generation who should be.
I don't know. I'm not a massive fan of the old Jess sends me them, and I think, oh, come on. Some of them are brilliant. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah. You do get the odd comedian trying to stay relevant on TikTok,
of course,
and they make a TikTok, and I think, oh, that's actually quite funny. You know, well done, you. And Jess was sending me, but then she'll send me like 3 others of people just sort of lip syncing lines from movies. And she'll go, "Isn't this brilliant?" I'll go, "No."
Oh yeah, some of it does get a bit cheesy at times, doesn't it?
Yeah, some of them are a bit diabolical, but I mean, but like I said, you know, I can't say I completely hate everything on TikTok, because there are some really good ones that I really enjoy. You know, there are some funny ones, but there's less funny than there are just really. Yeah. It's just. Like, the timing of them is just,
I mean, I got TikTok, and then I did a few videos, and I thought, this is just shit. I was like, I can't keep up with the TikTok life. So
yeah,
I thought that's why I moved on to YouTube, because I thought YouTube at least involves a bit more creativity there.
No, that's right. I mean, you're about, I'd say, 12 years too late, but
that's true. Sometimes I do think to myself, like, I should have done this like 12 years ago. I'd have smashed it on
Try this
YouTube.
new thing called YouTube.
Have you heard of a thing called YouTube? It's very good. You can upload videos.
I heard if you get really good at YouTube, you can start boxing and get even more money.
Oh, but they have made a fortune though. KSI Logan Paul
KSI thing. Yeah,
made an absolute fortune from it, and but fair play to them. As an undefeated fighter myself, I've boxed on YouTube. My fight's on YouTube, so
you have, yes.
So YouTube boxer.
You're undisputed. In fact, you've got the YouTube and the what weight are you? 16 stone? Did you say?
So I'm a bit of a heavier weight division than KSI and Logan Paul. I'm like,
I think the 16 weight would be that's heavyweight.
That's heavyweight. That's full on heavyweight. No, that'd be full on heavyweight. I'm
actually really bad at remembering the weight classes.
I think even in MMA that'd be heavyweight as well.
Oh yeah, well, 16. Well, John Jones is 14 actually. So and he's light heavyweight.
He's light heavyweight.
So yeah, I wanted to be 14 stone because I wanted to be like John Jones. Because I'm the same height as him, and if I'm the same weight as him, then I automatically get all of his skill.
Of course, because that's how it works.
I start calling myself Joseph Bones Johnson.
Well, that logic, then I weigh 1 stone less than Anthony Joshua. So if I suddenly put on 1 more stone, then I'll be at the same level as AJ.
You could be DC, couldn't you? You could be Daniel Cormier, couldn't you? I suppose.
I could be,
how much he weighs.
I have got the physique of Daniel Cormier in his later years.
They all call him fat, which is nice.
He's not actually fat. He's got like the perfect kind of martial artist.
No, he's just
kind
not
of
lean,
build.
is he?
Yeah, it's like who was that Russian one from back in the day? Oh, what was his name?
The Russian one.
Is it? Oh, that's gonna kill me now. I've got to look this up. It was this Russian MMA fighter. I don't know if you heard of him. Actually, he used to fight in Pride and everything, and he's seen as like one of the best of all time.
Okay,
we should find him.
I probably wasn't born, to be honest, Taryn.
Oh, there you go. Fedor Emelianenko. That's it. Have you heard of him?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, Emelianenko.
That sounds cool.
If you look him up, he's seen as one of the best MMA fighters of all time, and he's not exactly ripped. He's got like a bit of a dad bod.
Well, yeah, but I suppose the extra weight adds on power, doesn't it? I mean, you've just got to balance, I suppose. Because the problem is that most MMA fighters, even if they have got a bit of pork on them, they've got the fitness for it, because if you've already got the power, then all you need to worry now about is stamina, you know. If you're a naturally built guy, you've not got to worry about putting on muscle, have you? You just got to worry about, can I keep doing this without having a cardiac arrest? Is essentially what you've got to think about. So, like my good friend Dillian White, he's there.
You always say this, and I always say, I want to meet Dillian White, and then you're like, oh yeah, well,
I've only met him twice.
Good friend Dillian White. My mate's met him as well. Apparently, he's massive in real life.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't know. I'm obviously 6'4".
Of course, so he's just, just average height to you,
Just a bit bigger than me.
Yeah, just a bit, You'd do him in an arm wrestle, wouldn't you?
I wouldn't do him in an arm wrestle. I'd do him in real life, though. Man. That bloody mohawk. He's got like a thing going on. No,
I'll give you a title shot.
I've only met him twice, and once for half an hour, and then one time for about 1.5 minutes. And that's enough to know that we're soulmates, and that we are, we're on the same level, really. Excuse me, I've just had 2 cheese sandwiches.
We know you've had 2 cheese sandwiches.
Oh, they were good cheese sandwiches as well.
They did look good. That's I've met David Hay before, and
have you?
Yeah, I met him in at some boxing event in Leicester, and I got a picture with him. And me standing next to David Hay, I just look like a shit version of David Hay. So like, if they cloned like a B grade version, that'd be me going, "Hey, hello, I'm your little buddy, Dave."
It's just holding the towels to throw in.
And he said, and I was like, you know what? This sounds like really, But when I met him, I was like, I never realised just how good looking the guy is.
He's got a good jaw.
He's got a fantastic jawline. I was like, you know what, Dave? You could do modelling, mate.
It's probably why he can't box.
That's where it all ended.
He's got too much of a nice jaw.
Yeah, he's too good looking for the sport.
Yes, there's always something suspicious about a good-looking fighter. You think he's too pretty to box, isn't he?
That's why, when loads of girls are saying, like, yeah, Anthony Joshua is really fit. I'm like, no, don't say that. Because then...
because he's going to start losing soon, isn't he?
And then looks what happens. He lost to Ruiz. So
no, David Hayes, he was very good, wasn't he? He didn't do very good well against Bellew.
Yeah, but he was past it by then.
Yeah, I believed it. Who is it? I think David Hayes, his cousin's Dizzy Rascal.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, I gotta look that up now as well.
So Dizzy Rascal's got a famous cousin who boxes or something.
It can't be David Hay.
I think it's David Hay, and they box with each other, and they like, because Dizzy Rascal's a Muay Thai guy, I believe. So is Idris Elba, actually. Idris Elba's had a professional Muay Thai fight, and he did well in that. He won.
Oh yeah, I saw that. He did that documentary on it, didn't he?
Very good.
I've typed in Dizzy Rascal cousin boxer. Let's see what comes up. It's just pictures of... No, fuck all comes up. This is bullshit. Where have you heard this? Dizzy Rascal does not have a cousin who's like... David Hay, for one, is not his cousin. Where have you heard this shit?
Oh, it might be Tiny Temper then.
Tiny Temper?
No, sorry. No. Temper T.
Temper T now, is it?
Cousin is Dizzy Rascal.
Okay,
That's it.
So Temper T's cousin is Dizzy Rascal?
Yeah, because there's a part in Rari workout where he goes...
nothing to do with David Hay or boxing. Nothing to do with
that's just how my brain works it. Because they were going on about boxing in the song, and they said, my cousin Dizzy Rascal. And I thought, it must be. For some reason, I was just thinking, David Hay, he's a boxer. He must be cousins with Dizzy Rascal.
So, where did you get this? Dizzy Rascal's a Muay Thai fighter?
Well, there's a bit where Temper T in Rari workout. Yeah, he goes... something about Dizzy Rascal, Muay Thai in the gym. I thought, yeah, that must be it.
So you're facing this song and like, yeah, well, this must be fucking true.
Well, rappers don't lie, do they? Whatever they say in their songs, they mean.
I'm going to sort my lighting out before anything else goes.
That's all right. I actually, oh my goodness me. My,
there you go, my lighting
sorted. My family, a family member of mine, used to date Ryan Giggs as well, actually.
Now, are you sure it's Ryan Giggs? Not just some Welsh guy?
Ryan Giggs.
Or just some Man United supporter?
No, it was Ryan Giggs. Obviously, I don't really care for football that much, but apparently that's a big deal.
Apparently so.
Apparently Ryan Giggs was quite good or something. So, but yeah, he was
known to be able to kick a ball around.
Yeah. I think she's dead now, though. I'll have to fact check that one. But someone in my family at some point dated Ryan Giggs.
So someone alive or dead dated Ryan Giggs in your family?
Yeah.
My God.
Yeah.
It's always a party with you, Joe.
Yeah. Right, no, I'm sure they partied a fair bit as well. Ryan Giggs, can you imagine? I'd date Ryan Giggs. Fucking hell!
I'd date him just for the credibility to say that you dated Ryan Giggs.
I'd tell him, Ryan. I'm not being funny, mate. I'm in it purely for the money.
Oh yeah.
But because of that, I'm gonna suck your dick so well that you are gonna give it to me. You're gonna give me that money.
Thing is, I bet Ryan Giggs is one of those. But he's got a big one as well. He seems like the type.
He's a footballer, though, mate.
It might be quite agile. It might be quite thin.
Not a real sport. Not a real sport, football.
Not real sport. Oh, not like MMA and boxing.
I can't stand it, honestly. When the problem is that I understand that you have to have an incredible amount of athleticism for football.
Yeah.
But if you compare it to MMA fighters,
No, you can't.
Just seems petty.
You can't compare it. It's
just
like,
seems
you
petty.
know, like like when they brought the season back, the football. And,
No.
well, they brought the season back, the football. And I think, twice in the games, in the first half and in the second half, they'd stopped for drinks breaks because
Yeah.
the footballers had, because of the lockdown, they'd not been, to their fitness level had dropped and everything. And then someone, and I said this to some friends of mine, I said, this is bullshit. Their fitness level should still say, they should still maintain their fitness level. Their trainers should keep on top of things. They're like, oh, well, that's not good. I go, well, MMA fighters have been doing it. Boxers have been doing it. I mean, Tony Ferguson got battered in the ring, but his fitness level was high. Amanda Nunes was able to go 5 rounds. So their fitness level was fine. And then their argument was, well, that's an individual sport, not a team sport. I go, well, that makes it harder.
Yeah.
I go, it's true. Like if you will gas out a lot more doing 3 minutes boxing in the ring than doing 20 minutes playing football with your mates.
No, I mean it's ridiculous. I mean you don't hear El Kukui say to his corner, "Oh, I almost had that key lock, but I didn't have my crest sandwich." It doesn't fucking work, does it?
I'd love to see him do that. I'd love to see that.
Fuck off. Doesn't happen, does it?
Well, him and Khabib was never going to happen.
I don't think I can do this during lockdown. I haven't had my samosas. It just doesn't work.
What am I going to do?
Fuck off. The thing is that footballers get paid way more than fucking UFC fighters do. Maybe not McGregor, but
it depends,
like rugby players and things like that, they have to get way higher into the stratosphere of fame in order to get near to the amount of footballers getting paid.
It's because of the commercial value as well. Like footballers and the sport of football as well is a lot more commercially appealing than say the sport of boxing or MMA or rugby. It's like because of the team sport, it's like it's not a violent sport for one. So that rules out boxing and MMA straight away. It's seen as like it's a team sport. It's a nice sport, and it's been around for like God knows how long as well, and it's promoted.
Oh yeah,
it's been marketed in the perfect way, and that's why they say that the Super Bowl in American football. I think it was Trevor Noah was saying this. He goes, that gets 100 million views when that happens. The Super Bowl in America. A random league game between Real Madrid and Barcelona gets 600 million views globally.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
The Super Bowl, the biggest game in American football, gets 100 million. A random league game between Real Madrid and Barcelona will get 600 million globally.
Well, I suppose Europe's just bigger than America, though, isn't it?
That's not just Europe. That's like literally like Europe, Asia, Africa, even South America, North America. That's the whole lot.
Oh, they love it, don't they?
Yeah, they're gonna watch it.
People love football, and you tell you what, I don't necessarily don't like football. I mean, I enjoy it when the World Cup's on because I get to do the fantasy league. I love that part. The fantasy league is my favourite part of the World Cup because you get to what I'll do is I'll go on YouTube and like type, because this is what I do. This is what millennials do as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
They type in how to win fantasy league, and then everyone comes up with like the best picks to go for like the things, and then I follow the guides online, and then I always win. Beat my friends who really love football, and I obviously make a point every year to say how I hate football. I don't hate football.
No.
I sort of enjoy it sometimes, but I tell them I hate football.
Yeah, you
and
like
then
telling people you hate it.
League.
Yeah.
The what? Sorry.
You like telling them you
and
hate
I always win.
Oh,
yeah. So this year the Premier League starting over again or something.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it again. I'm gonna beat them. With a Premier League. Does Hazard still play? He's my favourite.
He does still play. He doesn't play at Chelsea anymore, but he does still play.
Yeah, I like him. He's good.
You like Hazard, do you?
Yeah. I like his name.
What, Hazard?
Yeah, I started off being a Chelsea supporter because they were the first ones I collected all the match attacks for. And I thought, well, I've got them as a team. I know all the players. They're my favourite. And then I liked AC Milan because they had a cool kit. They had like a maroon and purple kit. I was like,
no, they had a red and black, the stripes.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Maroon and purple. Red
Maroon
and black,
purple.
same thing. That's what he was. And I liked them. And then I liked Bayern Munich because I went to Munich once and I thought, all right, I'll support them.
Supported Bayern Munich from that.
Yeah. And then now, Schemes keeps on pushing me to support Liverpool. So whenever I'm near him, I say, oh, yeah, I love Liverpool. But usually I just like going for Leicester. I'm Leicester. I'm from
Leicester all the way. Yeah, I'm from Leicester, so I support Leicester City. That's legit. Like, I remember the reason why I support Leicester is because not just that I'm from Leicester, but when I went to my dad once, I said, Dad, what team should I support? He goes, where are you from? I go, Leicester. He goes, there you go. And that was it. That was literally simple. It. And he supports Forest. He's from Nottingham. So he never pushed me to support them. He just went, where are you from? Yeah. He literally said, support where you're from. I went, okay. So I could have been from bloody Stoke or somewhere like that. And I'd have been supporting them.
They don't do. They used to be in the Premier League.
They were decent at one point. Stoke were a decent team at one point.
Yeah, well, I remember seeing them in the Premier League. I don't know what I think Crystal Palace is in it now or something. I don't even know about football. I mean, back in my day, when I used to watch football, you had West Ham. They're probably still in it. You had Tottenham. You had
Tottenham
Stoke. Yeah, you had Wigan. Wigan were in it when I was in.
Yeah.
Burnley.
Oh,
Burnley,
Joe,
I think we're in it.
Joe, this is painful to watch you go through football.
Wolverhampton, they were good. Wolves, they had Milner, I believe. I think Aston Villa they had Milner. They had Milner. James Milner.
Yeah, James Milner. He played for Liverpool at one point, I think.
Yeah,
double check that. I know he has. I'm going to get so many people listening. Who told us know where James Milner played for? I'm like, yes, he did play for Liverpool. Yeah.
I mean, you should be thankful that I know fucking James Milner is in the first place. That Ryan Giggs, James Milner, Frank Lampard, he's another one.
All right, so your knowledge of football, from what I'm gathering, ended in 2010. And this is if you talk
when
about Frank Lampard,
stopped.
Yeah, Frank Lampard and all that. Was it Steven Gerrard knocking about as well, and Thierry Henry?
He was. Yeah, he was playing for Liverpool.
Yes,
I had him in Shiny actually, Steven Gerrard. I tell you what, I also had FIFA Ultimate Team, and my friend at the time he said to go for a full Argentinian team. So I had Aguero, I had Tevez at the time, I had. Higuain, he was good.
Higuain? All right. So you do know some footballers.
Well, I mean, that were the three. I forgot the rest of them. But it was a full Argentinian team. It was pretty good at the time. I was okay at the game, FIFA. I just didn't really care about football. I'm trying to think who else was Di Maria, is he? He's Argentinian, I think.
Di Maria, yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Di Maria, there's another one. So I'm good at this.
It's just Di Maria, it's not Tia Maria.
Oh, I was going to say, I always used to pronounce it like the drink.
Yeah, it's not the drink.
Well, do you want a glass of Di Maria?
Yeah, Di Maria. Well, yeah, that's it's nice to learn your football knowledge there.
It's not very good at it.
Here's my question for you. Moving away from football.
Okay.
That was painful to watch you go through football. Actually, it was actually hurting inside to watch that. I remember Wigan.
Wigan Athletic, wasn't it?
Wigan Athletic and Tottenham.
Tottenham.
And the Aston Villa.
Birmingham City as well, they were in.
Yeah, that's going way back, Birmingham City, when they were in the Premiership. But what was I going to say? Is it? Because we started comedy at the same time, you and I. Because we did the ultra comedy. We did. What got you drawn to that? What made you go to ultra comedy?
Well, I was going to do the ultra MMA as well.
Yeah.
At the time, but I was incredibly unfit, had arthritis, and generally wasn't very talented at MMA.
Yeah.
So I thought probably shouldn't. And then my friend sent me one that says, "Oh, there's a comedy one. You know, you could do that because you're a fucking beta male." And I just said, "All right, that sounds fair enough." like the good beta I am. Fuck off. No, but and then I saw that, and I saw it, and I said, oh, okay, that sounds good. And I did it because I wanted to meet new people at the end of the day. I thought, I'm interested to see how the comedy industry works. Turns out they don't work, but that generally works. But yeah, so I went into it, and obviously I met loads of new people, and I really enjoyed it because I've always been quite outgoing. I've always wanted to, meet new people, do new things.
Yeah.
So I went and did that, and obviously I met all you lovely people.
Yeah, we met through that.
But I did it for a dare, essentially, because I wasn't going to do it. I thought, no, I mean, it seems a bit cringy to go and do like a stand-up comedy thing. I mean, it's like I can sometimes make me mates laugh, but whether it's a case of actually turning it into some sort of hobby, but then it went into that, and then I really enjoyed it. So it was just about taking that leap of faith, I suppose, into actually doing it, and down the line I've made about good £400 off it in 2 years.
Hit the big bucks now. Yeah, we're still at that low. We're still at that starting stage. It's a shame about lockdown though, because I think we were literally on the brink where both of our comedy career, we were starting now to get the good gigs. Like, you were doing quite a lot around the Midlands. I was starting to make my way down to London. We were actually starting to get going. We had some momentum behind us. It's just a shame that lockdowns come in at just the wrong time in our comedy career.
Blue balls.
Basically, it's blue balls does like mad.
Belt on it all.
Yeah.
Yeah. It hasn't been fun, but the problem is I know that. I mean, I say for me, I don't know about you. I mean, obviously you're you're like 40 now, aren't you, Taryn? But
29, you prick.
29, same thing.
I suppose to you 19-year-olds, that's like 50.
Well, I'm 21, Taryn.
You're 21?
But yeah.
Oh, yeah, shit.
We're all the same as 19-year-olds, aren't we?
My day.
God, if I go to America next year, they go, I saw the podcast, fuck off, you're not 21, are you?
Yeah, you bullshitter.
Fake ID, you've been exposed. But yeah, no, I mean, to be honest, a lot of the comedians who really have gotten big in this day and age, like, think about people who are quite popular now, they're all in their 40s odd. They're not people who are young necessarily. They're all people who are just bitter enough to appeal to, the depressed people. So yeah, we've got so much time to develop our act.
Oh yeah.
And unfortunately, we have this thing with the lockdown and whatnot.
Yeah.
And 77% of comedy in like the comedy venues are going down the shitter or something like that.
It's a shame, isn't it?
It's horrible. But there will always be some sort of irony that can be exploited. And that's what comedians do, essentially.
Yeah.
Oh, you like to laugh, do you? Well, fucking get out your wallet. That's what it is, essentially. And we'll always find a way of capitalising on people's joy. So we'll find a way, Taryn, don't worry. Whether it's TikTok or... There's probably going to be some sort of new app called Sniff Snorf, and it's going to be about...
Oh, yeah.
I don't know. Fucking...
Well...
Twitch. It's going to be like an audible version of comedy. It's going to be like the fucking audio book version of comedy. And comedy, for some reason, is going to be like vinyl. And everyone's going to buy old school comedy albums and things like that.
Well, Twitch seems to be the thing now. Online streaming.
Well, again, seems to be the thing. You're about 3 years too late, Taryn, streaming.
I know what streaming is. I know what streaming is. I'm not. I'm not a massive invalid. I understand how this whole concept works, and I know Twitch has been around for a while, but it's just Twitch is like an option that a lot of people seem to be choosing.
Yeah,
it's blown up now a lot more than it used to.
Well, what we find is that the apps that tend to blow up, you don't know they're gonna blow up. I mean, TikTok was seen as like almost fucking Wish. You think, it's a bit of a meme, really.
Yeah.
You think, I wouldn't actually buy anything off it. And now, look, 4 years on, that for some reason, actually people are going, oh no, it's actually okay. I mean, look at Raid Shadow Legends. I mean,
I know
the amount of times that popped on, I go, oh fuck off, you fucking spam account.
Yeah.
But now they're like, oh, we actually have players, and it's just like, oh.
Yeah. Raid Shadow Legends is one of the biggest online games out there.
Yeah, it's crazy, isn't it?
Yeah.
And so when you see these things, it's just about investment. People get rich off this.
Yeah.
You see something that might be okay in the future, you invest into it. Turns out that it actually is okay in the future,
Yeah.
and then you're one of the first ones to get. I mean, look, KSI. I mean, imagine if
Yeah.
you were the first person to have a scrap of personality, display it in front of God knows how many people on YouTube, and they make absolute millions
I know
off it.
they make a bank from it, but it's like, for example, Instagram. Instagram was just seen as like some random little app that was attached to Facebook somehow, and that was it. It was just pictures. But now you got some people like on 2-3 million followers making a fortune from it. You got Instagram models.
That's
and
what my
everything.
girlfriend's trying to do at the moment.
Yeah.
She's working with companies to do these sorts of things, because companies will pay.
Yeah, they pay
essentially. Yeah, you don't have to pay a model anymore. You pay someone with a camera and in their own home, and you say, "All right, well, I'll send you some clothes," and and then she'll do it, and then obviously then she'll advertise for them. They'll give her the free clothes, maybe a bit of commission, and that's about it. Then it's bish bash bosh done.
I got that through boxing. Some person got in touch with me because they saw me training on Instagram and said, "You look so fucking good." I was like, "Well, thank you." And they sent me a yellow speedball thing.
Oh right, what, the one that attaches to your head?
No, not that one. This one attaches to the ceiling and to the floor. And
oh right, okay.
And they said to me, "Look, if you could just train on that, video it, and then if we sell any from your video, we'll send you a commission." And I was like, "Yeah, cool." And so because they sent me it, and that's how it works, So it's it's all about your exposure.
And now you can afford to live out your dream of becoming a professional podcaster.
That's it.
And
all thanks to a speedball.
Through the commission from the speedball.
From the commission of the speedballs. That whole £2 commission. I don't even know how much commission I get. I don't fucking know. But
yeah. I mean, you can, especially if you get you meant to get discount codes. That's
you get discount codes and stuff like that, and then you can start off a career doing that, and that's what it comes down to.
Whereas me, I'm going to be unemployed all my life, and I'm not even going to collect dole. I'm just going to.
You're going to lounge around.
Yeah, I mean, if I can't make it through comedy, I can't make it anywhere.
Well, that could be part of your act. Just broke.
Or begging people. I'd just be just busking on the street. I'll tell you a joke for a £5.
Well, I always end up feeding you when we go on gigs together.
That's true, actually.
That's true. Gigs, whenever we go, I always end up feeding you something.
Well, I bought that Turkish that one time. Remember?
That's true. You did buy the Turkish one, the kebabs.
I bought the Turkish one.
I bought you the Burger King.
Yeah.
That was a good gig.
That's pretty much even, actually, Taryn.
Let's be being a dick about it.
1 for 1, you bastard. I'm always feeding you.
I'm always buying you stuff. I was going to say the McDonald's after that period gig, but we bought our own.
Oh, yeah, we did, didn't we? I mean, I probably went into my overdraft for that as well, honestly. I'm so poor. No one should ever date me for my money, because I've not got any, Honestly, it's so bad. But I tell you what, I really did feel like a whore. One time I was doing a gig in Nottingham, and I sometimes, depending on the audience, I close on that one joke about the chemo.
Okay.
And because I like I said, I feel like I have sort of grounds to say it, because members of my family at the time were going through chemo, and they actually quite enjoyed the joke. So I felt I could possibly say it. It was almost like my sort of,
to say it, did it?
Yeah, my pass.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, I don't tell it, because I think if it's going to upset anyone, I'm not going to do it, because obviously that's not what I'm here for.
No.
So I sort of scan the audience, and I say, I was going to end on this joke, but from what I can tell, you guys can, you enjoyed the show, but I wasn't really doing any risky material, and I didn't know whether to gauge into the holy trinity of dark jokes that I've got, the 3 nice ones, and I didn't really think about gauging it. And then one woman, she was about 60, maybe even 70.
Yeah.
And she obviously was a bit of a sugar mummy, had a bit of coin to her. and she shouted, "I want to hear it." and
there we go.
She said, I'll give you 20 quid if you tell that joke right now. And me being a whore for money and completely broke, and I told the joke, and she was the only person who enjoyed it.
Wow, that's all she needed. She wanted it. She got what she wanted.
Quid.
And you got 20 quid out of it.
I got 20 quid out of it. Does that make me a prostitute?
Well, depends what your definition of prostitute is.
I mean, I did something that was seemingly immoral that I didn't necessarily want to do for money.
Well, it's the world's oldest profession, so you're, you're keeping up tradition, basically.
Yeah, I wanted to live on the legacy of prostitution. I mean, it's essentially comedians are prostitutes.
Keep up the legacy of prostitution.
I mean, we're essentially collecting knobhead money. You know, your mate says, "Oh God, I bet if you go do that, I'll give you a $5 at the pub." And you think, "Oh, I'm a knobhead," and you'll go do it. And that's essentially what you're doing, except you just got no shame, really, have you? You just go up on stage and tell some funny things, and I'll chip you a tenner at the end of the night. Oh, brilliant! Oh, a tenner, a real tenner. Can I smell it?
A whole £10.
God, I'll MC for 3 hours if you give me a tenner at the end of the night. And I'll obviously go and spend that tenner, not in a savings account, collect the interest or invest it into things. I'll just go buy 2 pints from a really expensive pub. Hey. It's stupid, isn't it?
You seem to handle hecklers quite well, though.
Oh, I love hecklers.
Yeah, I actually really enjoy it. I enjoy it when people heckle. I remember that gig we did in Coventry? What was it? And was it Phoenix in Cov?
Yeah.
And that guy, he would heckle you, then you'd come at him, and then he'd just go quiet. I remember that. And he would continuously do it. He'd heckle you again, and you'd say, "Yeah, okay, mate. Well, say that again," and he'd be like, "Him."
Well, what it was that he had a really, really thick Northern Irish accent.
Oh yeah, that's it. I forgot about it. Yeah.
Yeah, and no one in the audience could hear what he was saying because he was he was pretty pissed as well.
He was pissed as well, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was pissed, and he was like, "Oh," and all I said was, "What was that, matey?" And obviously with a bit more comedic effect, I'm sure it was.
Yes.
But and we went, "Oh," because he realised that because obviously he wasn't completely deluded. He understood that no one could hear what he was saying.
Yeah.
But impulsively, he forgot that event had happened, and he kept doing it throughout the night. He then shout out something. Especially, smaller gigs, obviously, when there's less people in the audience, the less people there are, the more hecklers you're probably going to get because people think, oh, well, this essentially is just a bit fucking hell. This could be a gathering during lockdown, like a gig. Yeah. So, I feel able, I feel like I'm able to say something, and he couldn't speak properly, and I go, "What was that, mate?
What was that, mate?"
And I sort of patronise him a little bit. I go, "What was that?" You got something to say? What was that, matey? And they go, and then he'd kind of forget what he had to say, and he just goes silent again. But obviously, it was better when you were there. Just explaining it again. It just doesn't seem like that was very funny. But at the time,
some of the gigs. I remember because I was headlining that night, which I found out.
Yes, you were.
Which I found out during the gig.
I was like, "Taryn, our headliner can't make it tonight. You're on."
I was like, "Oh, plan B here. Oh, okay." I think because I was on there for like 10 minutes because you started to rush me. And
oh yeah, well yeah, you were you were going on a bit.
You started rushing me after like 2 minutes on. You're like, "Tam, can you make it quick?" I think I did.
We were going over our parking thing, weren't we?
That's true. We had a parking on there.
Yeah, we were. That was
a decent parking spot, actually. But I was on for 10 minutes, and I think I did 3 minutes of material that night because all the rest of it was just this crowd was just going insane. So I thought, fuck the material. Let's just go at the crowd for this one, and they loved it.
Yeah.
I remember I kept picking on that girl because she kept having her tits out.
Exactly. She when the tits are out, so are the jokes. You got to roll with it. That's she was trained. They were the same group of people were there the next night as well, the next week, and they're a lovely bunch actually. Yeah. At first, I really didn't want them to come in because I thought there were 3 lads that were getting quite leery. I
Yeah.
thought, oh, I was like, so I like dealing with hecklers, but the problem is that they have to be good hecklers. Like, there is a difference between a heckler and someone who just genuinely wants to fucking ruin the show.
Yeah.
Because they hadn't paid to come in. We went downstairs to the pub and went, does anyone want to come see some comedy? Hey! And 3 people turned up and went, oh, I'll see what this is about.
Yeah.
And they obviously, and then hecklers in that sort of environment aren't generally trying to heckle you to be nice. They just want to fucking fight, that's what I think. But so I was quite nervous, but they were just human beings at the end of the day. They weren't drunk. They weren't like really pugnacious. They weren't really trying to start a fight. They were just trying to be a bit Larry. And I can deal with that. I can deal with Larry. I don't give a fuck about Larry. It's just when people are trying to ruin the night on purpose.
Yeah.
And you can easily do that. You can easily ruin a night by just generally, like, not by making the comedian look stupid, but just by being a child. And it just dampers the evening. It just makes the evening just go, just like, I've got to do it, And the problem is it ruins the atmosphere. That's how you ruin a comedy night. You don't ruin the comedian, you ruin the atmosphere.
It's like, I was working, one of Schemes' gigs. And it's, I forget whereabouts it was. But I was talking to the audience afterwards. And as always, they were telling me how good I was. I was like, oh, thank you very much. And then they were saying to me about heckling. And I said to them, when you're on stage, because they don't realize when you're actually on stage and you see just one person talking, it is so distracting because you're trying to do a performance and then one person's talking, then you've got several people come like talking and heckling and that. It's not that easy because you're just one person on stage and then you've got to deal with all these hecklers. And some of them saying it like, oh, like this one guy goes, oh, I do it sometimes just to help the comedian out. I'm like, the comedian doesn't need your help.
Some do.
Well, some do. But like, I don't need your help. If I needed your help, I shouldn't be on this stage.
No.
Although we almost got beaten up when Brian pissed off that whole pub.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. There was almost a fight then, wasn't there?
Yeah, just going up to for those of you who don't know, and Brian hopefully listens to this. He was on stage and he tried to pick on the audience and he went up to a group of people talking and told them to shut the fuck up. And these people weren't even here for comedy.
Yeah, it was a really, really weird night that was because
that was
the thing is I arranged with the landlady. I said, listen, I want to do a gig for everyone here because I'd built quite a good rapport with everyone. And I thought, I want to put on a gig for everyone. I'll host it and whatnot. And then, and when she said, yeah, I was like, oh, brilliant. Okay, well, I said, well, where will we be performing? She went, we'll sort that out. I'll go, oh, no.
That means she had no plans.
Yeah, so when we got there, it was like, okay, we'll be performing in the middle of the fucking pub. There's no back room.
Yeah.
There's no separate room for comedy. You'll be performing where all the punters are.
Yeah.
We just don't do it.
I'd performed in that type of venue, not that exact venue, but that similar style a couple of times before, and I can't stand it. Like
it's horrible
because the people there aren't actually there to see comedy.
No, of course not.
They have no respect for the comedian.
No one's there to see comedy.
No. So you're on there trying to do some random joke like, hey guys, how's it going? And then they literally walk in front of you. They don't give a shit.
Yeah. No, I mean, I remember when I was doing a bit, some guy came up to me, like, face to face, and he tried grabbing the mic off me. And
why?
I was ready to throw down at that point. I just thought, what prick.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and obviously Brian broke the mic as well.
Oh,
so
God, yeah. He started off by breaking the mic and then pissed off the punters. And then he was throwing up later and I had to take him home.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, throwing up in the toilet.
Bloody hell.
So it was an interesting gig, that one.
It was. I mean, we're not allowed back there, obviously, but they said that. They said we can't have you back. You said just generally we don't want you back. You're banned from the pub. We're barred from the pub. So we won't be. But I don't think that pub's actually going to be there for very much longer. I don't know.
Thank you, lockdown.
I've heard things. Yeah, well, a lot of businesses have been sort of
Yeah.
going under
Struggling.
because of lockdown and everything. It's really horrible. Yeah, it's really
That's not
fucking bad.
nice.
But
It's not nice what's been happening, but
what
unfortunately,
about you in concrete? Is that going okay?
and the construction industry, there'll always be areas for for construction. There's certain industries which will always have, a need. Like mine, the construction industry, which I have as my day job. That will always be, because people always need to have buildings. They always need building work. They always need
buildings.
They always need buildings. They always need, like, roads need to be redone. So there's always room for that. So that's why my job has not been in jeopardy. The only thing was certain departments were put on furlough, but mine wasn't. Mine wasn't. So I managed to swing my way through it.
Well, I mean, were those furloughed people then put back into work, though? Because furlough's okay unless you're actually getting the sack after furlough's over. That's what happened to me. I got furloughed and then I got the sack.
Yeah, some people unfortunate, but in our company they were actually quite good. Like some the people who were furloughed, they were brought back because and that was pretty sad. They helped the people who were furloughed, get back in and everything. So it was quite good. So the construction industry has actually been quite good with it. It's other industries that have struggled the most when it comes to, like, retail, hospitality has really struggled. And any arts type of things like comedy, music.
I don't think arts are even a thing anymore. I mean, to be honest, I give it 2 years and me and you won't exist. We'll be Thanos.
I know. We'll be gone. I won't even have a YouTube channel anymore.
No, you won't.
What time is it?
Or in fact, no. In fact, you will have a YouTube channel because you have everything else.
That's it. That's all I'll live off. Just some random channel. All right, it's 9 o'clock. All right. Well, this has been fun, Joseph. It's been good.
Is it time to go? Is it?
It's time to go. Unfortunately, we've been on longer than I thought. I thought we'd do half an hour, then you'd fall asleep or something. But we've done all right.
No. I only just remember talking about football, and then all of a sudden here we are. It's gone.
So it shows how quick it's gone. So if you could tell the people, Joseph Johnson, where can they find you? And don't say something like your stepdad's basement. Where can the people find you?
Well, social media wise, I've actually deleted my social media now, unfortunately. Because of reasons, but because of I'm not a massive fan of social media. But if you go to Instagram, I'll probably end up getting it back at some point. So if you go to Instagram, was it Joseph Johnson .official?
It's your Instagram.
Yeah, that's it. Joseph Johnson .official.
Is it .official?
Yeah, Joseph Johnson .official, because it's my official page.
Of course.
And you'll see a little picture of me with the Comedy Village thing in the background.
Oh, it's Comedy Village as well,
yeah, and and I'll be getting it back more towards when lockdown sort of just comes back, but I'll be just using it for work. Because my actual personal account, I stopped using now because it absolutely ruins my life. Honestly, it's honestly it's a form of smoking. I think it's just.
Well, just use your official page then. Just use that.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to be doing.
And that's why people will just focus on that. Yeah.
Yeah. So Joseph Johnson .official,
and that'll do you good. Where are you next performing? Well, have you got any gigs lined up after lockdown?
Well, I had gigs lined up before lockdown, so I just presume
we all had gigs before lockdown.
I just presume that they will be sort of re-emerging, but I honestly couldn't tell you.
So it's just a case of watch this space.
I suppose so. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. Watch this space.
Just watch this space.
Yeah, I suppose just follow the Instagram and see where it goes. Honestly, my time is not yet. Right,
it's coming.
My time has not come yet. Right, so if you want to follow the Instagram, if you don't want to follow Instagram, I don't mind. Right, I've not blown up yet. I've not popped off just yet. Just give me a couple of years, and we'll might talk about it, but not yet. Right, we haven't popped off yet.
Oh, we'll get there. All right, Joe, you don't have to hang up yet. What we do now is I say bye to the ladies and gentlemen out there, Joe. You say bye, I end recording, and then we have a quick chat afterwards. So,
Oh, right, okay. Is that like, after porn when they have to show them getting along just so they know it was okay, it was consensual, she
Yes,
enjoyed it. Okay, all
exactly.
right. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, for having me. I've been Joseph Johnson. Good night.
All right, thank you. Well, this is Taryn for TOC, aka Total Obvious Comedy. Have a great day.